Are you ready for some amazing summer side dishes? I have put together 5 of our family's favorite summer side dishes that you can make in a hurry for a picnic or a gathering. So come on along, let's get to cooking. Hello family and friends, I'm Susan and welcome to my home. Are you ready for some great southern side dishes? Well, hey everybody, it's Susan here and I have put together 5 of our favorite southern side dishes. Lots of good dishes if you're going to a cookout or a get-together that are easy and quick to put together and make. From basically a dump and go put together that you can get ready in 5 minutes to something that takes just a little bit longer that you do have to cook a little bit. I have got 5 of the best of our family's favorite recipes. So come on along with me. Let's get to making some good summer sides. And for the first one of the easy sides, quick, easy, simple, is black bean and corn salsa. You'll need a can of rotel, some corn that has been drained. You'll need some black beans that have been rinsed and drained. You'll need some onions cut up. You'll need some lime juice, and I do put a sprinkling of taco seasoning in mine. It just makes it taste good. So let's get it quickly assembled. First thing I'm going to put in are the black beans, and then of course the corn. I mean, this is basically a dump and go side. You go into a picnic, they said bring something. Oh, here you go. Get a couple cans of stuff and you're ready to roll. Rotel in there. I'm going to put some onion in there. I'm not going to put all the onion in here, but I'm going to put some of it, because I do like a good little bit of onion in my salsa. The next thing I do is put a couple squirts of lime juice. I don't really have a recipe for this, but I've been making it for so long. I just know I usually do 1, 2, 3, and it's done. And what that lime juice does, it gives it a little bit of bite to it. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. And it does have a tangy lime kind of smell to it. I mean, you experiment. You put two little squirts in to begin with, see how you like it. If you want 3, that's fine. It's whichever way your family likes it. A little bit of salt. Excuse me, a little bit of pepper. A little bit of salt. And I put in just a sprinkle of taco seasoning. And I mean just a sprinkle. We're talking about out of my fingers, sprinkle. It just gives it a little bit more depth of flavor. That's all it does. Now I'm going to mix this up. Now the good thing about this salsa is it's good the first day. It's even better the second day. So if you're going to something tomorrow, go ahead and make it up. Put it in the fridge and let it just marinate. It gets softer and better the next day. So here we go. Black bean and corn salsa. Now it is not going to be soft. It's going to be, all the vegetables and stuff are going to be pretty firm right now, but I guarantee it's going to be good. The sweetness from that Vidalia onion and that corn sets off that black bean and the rotel. It is so good. If you've never made it, you got to try it, because this is something great to take to a cookout, a picnic, or just to make and have in the fridge to snack on during the week or weekend. And another quick side is watermelon feta salad with mint. I go ahead and buy the cut up watermelon. It makes it so much easier. You know, and you can make the full recipe or half the recipe. It's whatever you like. And I'll show you how to kind of look at it and eyeball it to tell. I have some feta crumble. I have some mint leaf I'm going to cut up in pretty small, fine pieces. I've got some olive oil. It does call for extra virgin. I like the extra light because I like not as much flavor from the olive oil. It does call for some lime juice. I've got that, of course, in my bottle here. And some salt and pepper. And then you have an amazing fruit salad type thing that's unusual but tastes so good. So let's get to putting this together. First thing I'm going to do is throw in the watermelon itself. Like I said, if you need to make a double version of this, you can. You can make the recipe, which I'm just doing a portion of the recipe because it is makes a good little bit, and I don't need that much. And I need to put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil on this. A little sprinkle of extra virgin olive oil, not much, just a little bit, just to give it a little bit of flavor. I'm going to go ahead and put some salt and pepper. Of course, just like most people eat salt on watermelon, you definitely want a little salt. Dab of pepper, not much. Don't care for a lot of pepper on it. It does call for a little bit of lime juice. I've probably got about 3 cups. I'm just going to do probably 2 squirts in there. Should be fine. I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. With the watermelon, you've got the oil, you've got the salt, pepper, and you've got the little bit of lime juice in there. Now I'm going to add in the feta crumble. And if you don't like feta, I don't know what other cheese to put in it because it does have a funny taste to it, but it tastes good with all this together. It's just unusual and a good little side that looks very impressive, even though it's so easy. And I usually like to put about that much in it. The recipe has specifics in it. I just like to cover it with a little bit of feta. That way you get a bite here and there. And then I've got some cut up mint that I'm putting in it. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, but you can do it with a spoon, or you can put the lid on it and shake it up, which is always the easiest way to me. And there we go. Watermelon, feta, and mint salad. You could always add more feta if you wanted to, or more mint if you wanted to. But it is just so good, especially on a nice hot day, and it's something different than just watermelon. We're going to make some alote off the cob. You've seen me make it before many times, but this is really a quick side to make, to take to picnic, gathering, whatever. That is so tasty. All you need is some Mexican style corn. Go ahead and get that emptied into the pot. And in this one, there's very little water, so I just go ahead and dump the whole thing in. I am going to be adding a little bit of water into it, because you do not want the corn to burn. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it on to get this warming up, and then I'll bring you back whenever we put the rest of it together. Now, I've cooked the corn a little bit and got a lot of the water out of it, and now it's time to add the ingredients. I think I'm probably going to drain a little bit of this water because that is a little too much. And that looks much better. And now I'm going to be adding the rest of the ingredients. The first one to be added, I know you're going to say, what is the Spanish mayonnaise with lime? Don't really need any lime in it. It has it in it. So you just add some mayonnaise. And I do a scoop, and then I move it around like this. And see how well it disperses. It should cover the corn and make it look white, kind of. And that's a good amount. All the corn has now got a nice little glaze of the mayonnaise on it. And the next thing we're going to do is some cottage cheese. And I don't do a lot of measurement of this either. I just like to give it a light dusting. And sometimes I don't put any on it at all. But just a light dusting, because if you've ever seen the alote on the cob, which I will insert a picture of alote on the cob right here, it does have quite a bit of this cottage cheese on it, but that's okay because it is really good, and I like to get it in there, and it makes it taste a little cheesy, but I don't want to put too much because then it gets a little grainy, so just a little bit. And the last little bit that I do, which is what they put on the top of the alote, is a dab of chili powder, and I mean just a dab, a little bitty sprinkle. That's all you need. And then stir that up. And this, like I said, you could double, triple this if you're going to a cookout or something, especially if you're having something that's Spanish inspired or Mexican food. This is so good with it. And now this is ready to eat. Alote off the cob. It's great, hot or cold. Try it because you will love it. Here's the broccoli salad recipe that I use. 8 ounces sharp cheddar cheese. I'm going to use a half of a red onion chopped up. Here are my broccoli florets. We'll get them out, we'll rinse them off, and then we'll cut them real small. That way they can make smaller bites. Right here is my bacon bits that I've got. These are actually craisins that I had in a container, and I need to use them first. And here's my distilled vinegar. So we are ready to make some broccoli salad. Let's get started. And after you rinse the broccoli florets, you want to let them drain really good. And then we're going to cut them up into smaller pieces because these are just too big. We need them tinier. What I normally do is get a pair of scissors and just chop them like that, because you want them in small bite-sized pieces. And anything with the stem like that, I cut the stem off because we don't need that. And like this, see how big that is? I'm just going to cut that in half. And this huge thing, Lord help. Let's see if I cut a bunch of that off of the bottom, if that helps to thin it out a little bit. And this is what takes the most time right here. I kid you not. This and chopping them onions that make me cry all the time. And I'm going to go through here and do all of these and cut them up small. And then the next step will be in adding in more of the ingredients. I just got through chopping the red onions, and oh my Lord, did they make me cry. But first thing we're going to add in is the bacon bits. It calls for 1/4 of a cup. I'm actually adding 1/3 of a cup, but that bacon is good. Not a problem with me with that. The next thing I'm going to add is the craisins. This is 1/2 cup of craisins, and I do love them, but that makes it really good. And now they're saying 1/2 cup of red onion, and I'm not going to put quite as much. It's well, almost 1/2 cup. And then I'm going to let that go in. The next thing is the finely shredded 8 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. And this is 8 ounces if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 8 ounces. Exactly the right amount. Looks like a lot of cheese. Oh well, it'll be good. And 1 cup of Duke's mayonnaise. And I'm going to stir this around and get it all mixed up. And I'm going to add 1/4 cup of sugar in here. And I know it sounds weird, but it makes it taste good. And then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. And I'm going to mix it up a little bit more and get that all combined. I'm going to go ahead and put this broccoli salad into a gallon Ziploc bag, because there is a secret to this. You need to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit there overnight. That way all of the mayonnaise, all of the vinegar and sugar all melt together and make it amazing. It's kind of like a dressing that needs to stay on the salad overnight. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the Ziploc bag and then put this in the fridge. This is so great the next day. You have got to make it for your family. Another great summer side dish is macaroni salad. Just happened upon this recipe from Sammi May of Managing the May, and it was perfect. We love macaroni salad, and I love a good macaroni salad recipe. And this one is it. So let me tell you what we need in it. Some cucumber. We need some elbow macaroni, which I've got the jumbo because I like them big. I've got some tomatoes I'm going to cut up and put in there. Bacon bits, some ranch dressing powder, some garlic powder, some sour cream. Got some chopped onion in here, and some sharp cheddar cheese. I do need a little bit of milk. I think it's the only thing I don't have in here. And then it's ready to combine and make into this amazing macaroni salad. Let me go ahead and get the macaroni in the bowl, get it boiling, and then we'll come back and we'll get everything put together, because this is quick and easy, but amazing. I have the noodles already made. I'm going to go ahead and start adding all the ingredients into this bowl before I mix it in with the noodles. This is 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1/4 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons of ranch seasoning mix. 1. There's 2. A half teaspoon of garlic powder. 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this all together. And now that's stirred together, now we can add it into the noodles in our big bowl. And now I'm going to go ahead and add all of this good mix to the macaroni. I'm going to go ahead and do a light stir, not big one, but a light one, just to get everything kind of incorporated. And as you see, I'm going around the container with it. I have some of my noodles that are a little bit stuck together, but that's okay because they've been setting for just a minute. Oh, that looks good now. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the bacon bits and give it a quick stir. I like for it to be dispersed amongst all of it. And I just basically turn it around and do a quick stir all the way around the bowl. It seems to work miracles. I'm going to go ahead and add in some tomato pieces. I did quite a few. I am not a tomato fan nor a cucumber fan, but Danny is. So let me see how this a little bit looks, and I may add more, I may add a lot more, but let's see how this looks. I want it to be dotted with the tomatoes in it. I'm going to go ahead and put the little bit I got left in there. That many. So, now that's ready. I'm going to go ahead and add the cucumbers to it. I had one huge cucumber, and I'm just not going to add all of it. I'm going to add probably half of it maybe, just so I've got some in there, but not a lot. You can always put more in. You can't take it out once it's in here because it's in here. Now, I guess you could, but you know how that saying is. And that looks pretty good. Now, I believe I need to add half a small onion. And you know me and my Vidalia onions. I love them, love them, love them. Gonna add some onion in there. Might as well add the rest of it. Heck, you know, I can deal with onion. Not big on tomato, and I'm not big on cucumber. Okay. Now the last little bit that needs to go in here is the cheese. And I'm going to add the 1 cup of shredded cheddar cheese in. Alright, time to do one last stir, like I always do, round and round and round. And here we go, Sammy's pasta salad. And it makes a huge, I don't know if you can see my hand, how big this bowl is. It makes a big bowl. I did 16 ounces of the large elbow pasta, and it is a lot, but it is going to be ate on for quite a bit. I'm going to see if our oldest grandson wants to come over, maybe do some cookout this weekend or something, because I've got a lot of sides that we can be eating at a cookout. All of those recipes are so good and so easy to make. I hope that you try every one of them, because every one of them are definitely winners with my family. I will have recipes that I have for those linked below, along with Sammi May's channel and the recipe for her Sammi May macaroni salad. Glad she lent it to me, because it's a good one and it's a keeper. Until next time, I hope that you're ready for an amazing summer. And until then, see you next time. Don't forget to click that link below and subscribe so you don't miss any of the upcoming videos. And let our family be a part of your family.